largely been solved, there are still arguments over the finer details of the cat's ability, and it continues to inspire modern technology. I first came across the falling cat problem in 2013 while writing my blog Skulls in the Stars, which covers topics from physics to the history of science to weird fiction. I tend to browse old scientific journals for interesting things to write about, and one day I stumbled across the iconic 1894 photographs of a falling cat produced by the French physiologist Etienne Jules Marey. Intrigued, I wrote a post about Marey and other early falling cat researchers titled Cat Turning, the 19th Century Scientific Cat-Dropping Craze. But I wasn't sure that my original explanation for the cat's ability was correct, so I looked for other published research on the falling cat problem, and I kept finding more. Scientists have been intrigued by falling cats for almost as long as science itself has existed, and this interest has extended across multiple disciplines. Every time one discipline loses interest in the cat problem, another one is right there to find something new to discover. This book is the story of the falling cat problem, both the science and the history of it. As we will see, falling cats have had a long, remarkable, and sometimes absurd history in the fields of science and engineering. The more that scientists have looked into the problem, the more surprises they have found hidden in the behavior of our furry feline friends. The problem has been connected to some of the most important scientific and technological advances in modern history, from photography to neuroscience to space exploration to robotics and more. And along the way, physicists have struggled to explain exactly how cats can do what they do. This book includes cat photos, lots of cat photos. Photography has played a huge role in the research on falling cats. So in this book, we will look at how photography developed to the point where photographing a falling cat was not only possible, but easy. After that, neuroscience picked up the problem and deepened the mystery. Neuroscience research led directly into plans for human spaceflight, in which falling cats played an oversized role. The combination of neuroscience and physics leads right into the study of robotics, where researchers are still trying to replicate the cat's ability with machines. Along the way, cats have revealed other surprises and caused a lot of mischief in the scientific community. Scientifically, we have learned a lot from cats, and it's time for that story to be told. Disclaimer. In 1974, Peter Benchley's novel Jaws was published, and its story about a massive killer great white shark was an immediate international sensation, selling some 20 million copies worldwide. The following year, the Steven Spielberg-directed film adaptation of the book was released, becoming the highest-grossing movie of all time, only being dethroned 2 years later by Star Wars. Whether Benchley or anyone involved with the project anticipated how successful the story would become is unclear. The explosive increase in shark fishing over the next decade was definitely unanticipated, however. The populations of hammerhead sharks, tiger sharks, and great white sharks were decimated, dramatically increasing the threat to the survival of their species. Peter Benchley himself ended up being horrified by this unjustified backlash against sharks and spent the rest of his life advocating for their protection. In a February 23, 2006 interview reported in the Los Angeles Times, he said, "Knowing what I know now, I could never write that book today. Sharks don't target human beings, and they certainly don't hold grudges." I don't expect this book about the history of cat physics to achieve the popular success of Jaws, but the novel's unexpected impact on sharks has nevertheless inspired me to make the